Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. This video for today is just going to be short. I just wanted to quickly come on here to share with you two different ways in which you can implement time blocks for your day and how you can put them in your planner. The first is the traditional time blocks with a specific time of day. You have seen me do this before, and I will link that video in the description box. But here you can see that I have blocked out specific times of day and assigned them for specific tasks for the day. These are the tasks that must be done for the day. These are the non-negotiables. And these tasks are journal, which I have assigned to 5 in the morning to 6 in the morning, working on my graduate thesis, which I have scheduled for 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. I also need to work on either my novel or a short story or both every single day, and I have scheduled that for 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And then from 1 to 3 p.m., I need to scan and shred my archives, which are my old planners and journal pages. I also have a video of that, which I will also link down below. Of course, I'm going to eat. I cannot not eat, especially when writing is draining. It's mentally exhausting, and of course, it makes me hungry. But on very full days in which I'm in front of the computer for hours and hours, I usually just bring my food into my room and eat at my desk while working. And I have to say that it's quite efficient, although it's not very healthy because I tend to eat continuously, not really the meals, but snacking a lot. But anyway, the free time that I have assigned to myself is from 3 p.m. to 9 in the evening. And I even have here the activities that I can do within that time block. I can spend time with Jawide or take a nap, maybe go walking outside, maybe, which is safe to do even during COVID because in our subdivision, there's very few people who go walking outside in the late afternoon when it's not so hot anymore. And it is a gated community with security guards, so only the residents are actually allowed to walk within the the gates of the neighborhood. I can also exercise indoors or use the time to make notebooks if I need to or make a YouTube video. I can also use this time to run errands. If I have to be in a particular office, I can because they are usually open until 5 p.m. And if I have to go to a store, I can because most of them are open until 8 p.m., sometimes 7. This is because I must devote the earlier time blocks to the most crucial tasks of the day, which are journal, work on thesis, work on my novel or short story or both, and scan and shred my archives because there's a lot. But if an errand cannot be scheduled from 3 p.m. onwards and it is a crucial errand, I can schedule them for the earlier hours and just adjust these time blocks to be a little farther down the line. And then at night, ideally before bed, I must devote 2 hours to personal reading, which I have assigned to 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. But I do have a note here in red that says thesis is the priority. I must let it spill over everything else if needed. Because I am on a deadline and I am actually late. And it's really not for lack of trying. It's only because I really have not been well, you guys. I'm not completely well. I have actually been getting sick since around October-ish and have been seriously sick for most of December. But I'm getting there. I'm getting well, but I'm not yet back to my usual energy. Anyway, this is what I have made for myself. I printed this on tracing paper and laminated it to make it more sturdy, and this goes over on top of this particular 24-hour time tracking sheet that is part of the daily pages on my planner. I'm using the day on 2.6 pages, which I explained in an earlier video, link will be below. And the idea is to put this on top of that time tracking sheet so that if I accomplish anything, I can mark it on the time tracking sheet, and ideally it should match what's on the schedule. This is the exact same concept that I talked about in my earlier video that I mentioned, and like I said, the video will be linked down below. This idea of printing a schedule overlay on tracing paper and putting it on top of your daily schedule is not mine. This idea came from Joanne Arnold Belchek, and she shared it on one of the Facebook groups about disc-bound notebooks. And the idea is really great, and it worked for me for a while, and it gave me great joy to be able to match what's on the overlay with what actually happens, or what I actually made happen. However, I'm not a very structured person. That's why schedules like this that have very specific times don't work for me for longer than a week or so. However, things still need to get done and there is no shortcut. I do have to devote time for it because these tasks require deep work, solid blocks of time in which I'm able to concentrate and focus without distractions, except for snacking. So I tried this, and so far it's working, and I think it can work for me for the long term. In this version, I still specified a specific number of hours, the same as the number of hours in this one, but I no longer assigned the tasks to a specific time of the day. Just for comparison, so you can see it's the same length of time for each task. Journaling is 1 hour. Scanning and shredding of archives is for 2 hours. Personal reading is 2 hours. Working on my novel or short story or both is 3 hours. And working on my graduate thesis is 4 hours. And I did keep the same note on here that thesis is the priority and that I must let it spill over all the other time blocks if needed. I printed this on just the plain paper, no longer the tracing paper, because this doesn't need to go over anything. And this goes on here on the facing page of the 24-hour time tracking sheet on my day on 2.6 pages on my planner. And it's laminated, so it will be sturdy enough to transfer from day to day. And because I do not like looking at the blank white paper of the underside of laminated sheets, I also printed out a little ghost on the back side. The little ghost is my personal symbol that I use for spectrality. Spectrality is the framework that I use for my thesis. I think it's just cute to have a little ghost on here. Anyway, this kind of time blocking is more my style. It is more appropriate to the kind of person that I am and the kind of brain that I have because I tend to be very chaotic and a little bit impulsive. Sometimes I wake up wanting to read instead of journal, and because of this new kind of time block, that's okay. I can read and then do the other things next, at any time in which I am at the best mental space and emotional space for them. Because what if I'm still asleep at 8 a.m.? Then everything would have fallen apart. Or what if I am still awake and very alert at midnight? I cannot just sit around doing nothing just because it's not in the schedule. With this one, I am more flexible, but I still get the most important things done. And the priority is in yellow here that needs a continuous 4 hours a day at the very least. So if you are a very structured person and work very well with scheduled time blocks like this, go with this one. If you don't take very well to structured days but need to time block some important tasks, go with this one. Just make sure that you place it on your planner in the space where you get to see it every time your planner is open, which should actually be all the time. My planner is open on my desk all the time. And you might want to also print a copy that you can tape to the wall right in front of your desk or anywhere that you always look so that in case your planner is closed, the time blocks will still be out in the open, literally in front of you, in your face, so to speak. And that's my little video for you today. I hope you found this helpful. Please let me know which of these two would likely work for you. Or if you have a different way that really works, please also let me know in the comments and let's talk there. Thanks for watching. Bye.